An old abandoned mansion stood a little bit off from a road that led through a dense woods. On one windy night, a 19-year-old named Ethan found himself driving along this road. He was a college student, and he was currently making the long drive from his college to his parents' house to visit them. He had always been drawn to the mysterious mansion, and on this fateful night, curiosity got the better of him. As the wind whispered through the rustling leaves, Ethan parked his car on the side of the road, about 300 feet down the road from the unmaintained driveway that led up to the property, opting to walk to the mansion through the woods as opposed to that driveway. Armed with nothing but a flashlight, he ventured into the woods toward the mansion that loomed like a forgotten sentinel. A mysterious rustle nearby in the woods disrupted the quiet, and Ethan, aware of bears roaming these parts, quickened his pace. The mansion emerged like a ghostly apparition, its grandeur long faded, yet its aura held an enchanting allure. He entered the mansion and started looking around. Creaks and groans echoed through the mansion, a symphony of the building's decay and the wind's lament. Ethan explored the mansion's rooms, each telling a tale of opulence now lost to decay. A once grand ballroom lay in ruins, its chandeliers swaying with the ghostly breeze. A library housed shelves of forgotten books, their pages now yellowed and brittle. As he delved deeper, a sense of unease settled upon Ethan. He started to feel as if he were being watched, yet every room appeared empty. The air grew heavy with a nameless dread that clung to his every step. Ignoring the whispers of his intuition, he pressed on, fueled by both trepidation and fascination. Dusty rooms adorned with moth-eaten tapestries and faded portraits told stories of a bygone era. Finally, unable to shake off the disquiet any longer, Ethan started heading towards the exit, only to be halted by a sound. It was distant music, and as he followed it, it seemed to be coming from the basement. He opened the basement door and looked down the stairs, at the bottom of which he could see a bit of light. Against his better judgment, he descended the creaking stairs, the music getting louder and his fear growing larger with each step. At the bottom of the stairs, he turned the corner and looked into the basement, which was dimly lit by battery-powered camping lanterns, revealing a sinister scene. The room was adorned with macabre trinkets, and disturbing symbols adorned the walls. On one wall, he could just barely see what seemed to be newspaper clippings, the contents of which he could not discern from where he was standing. The air hung heavy with an unspoken malevolence. On a weathered table rested a couple of sharp knives, and next to them sat a cassette player, its tape warbled with age, emitting haunting tunes. Fear gripped Ethan as he realized that he obviously wasn't alone in this house. His blood ran cold as he noticed a shadowy figure in the farthest corner of the room, barely discernible in the darkness. Panic set in as the figure started to move. In terror, Ethan bolted back up the stairs, his heart pounding. He couldn't believe he had been stupid enough to go down there, like a character in a bad horror movie. He ran out of the mansion and fled through the woods, not even bothering to worry about the possibility of encountering a bear this time, given that there was a much greater threat he had to escape from now. He ran back to his car. Wasting no time, he started up the car, pulled onto the road, and sped away, too frightened to even cast a glance in the rearview mirror. Once the road finally led him out of the woods, he chanced a glance in the mirror, but thankfully he saw nothing behind him. Relieved, he drove on, wanting to get to his parents' house as soon as he could. He silently vowed never to return to that old mansion. From that point onward, he was sure that on that night, he had entered the lair of a serial killer.